you think of great department stores, particularly here in the capital, London, you think, of course, of Harrods and Selfridges and, well, Whiteley's, which is now going to be brilliant flats, apparently. Who can afford those, though? That's the thing, right? But there were so many more. On one of my travels up and down, of course, the busy streets of London, I stumbled across this and I wanted to share it with you. Yes, our chums, as ever. Let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for your time today. Yeah, sorry, we'll have a better wave than that. You all right? I'm all right, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, department stores are a thing of the past now, aren't they? I mean, when you go in a bigger store, say like Marks and Spencer's, can you actually tell who the staff are? And if you can they speak English? That's the bigger problem, let me tell you. But what's interesting, I find, about certain things is that you realise, in fact, that there were bigger stores back then. And this particular store was actually frequented by the Queen Mother, Princess Margaret and Princess Elizabeth. They used to go there, apparently, and a very special order after hours so they could go shopping, literally in the heart of Oxford Street. You see, Bourne and Hollingsworth was this wonderful department store. And not only that, you know, they sort of had a family atmosphere because most of the staff were recruited, say, from the north of England because of their charm, apparently, and ability to sell. So they had to put them up somewhere, so they gave them full accommodation. So they had a wage and also somewhere to sleep, showers, a gymnasium, a radio room. They made friends so they weren't alone, and they also had their meals. In effect, they really owned you. You know, it was almost like another form of domestic service, but the store truly did look after people. That's the thing. Now, here's where this gets interesting, you see, because in 1954, it became the part of a major movie called The Crowded Day. And it is a brilliant movie if you haven't seen it, because it gives you a glimpse into life of what it would have been like, for instance, if you were trying to, you know, start a romance, because they didn't really like that. You know, that wasn't the thing that you were allowed to do. And more importantly, you know, actually seeing the store as it was. When I came to London, I remember going in the Oxford Street Plaza and wondering what it could have been, and you can tell that it had been a magnificent building. But sadly, the memories are all that there are. But of course, there's always more to tell. Bourne and Hollingsworth, known also in its latter days as Bourne, was a large department store on the corner of Oxford Street and Bourne Street. It was named after its founders, Walter William Bourne and Howard Hollingsworth, brothers-in-law, who started the store in Westbourne Grove, as some suggest, as a drapery store and a rival to the nearby Whiteley's. The store then moved to Oxford Street site in 1902. And that really was due to the competition by Whiteley's. They were overtaking them. But by 1928, the store had been remodeled by Slater and Mobley in the Art Deco style that we can still see today. And Hollingsworth became renowned for selling the best quality goods and for looking after their staff, providing accommodation at the Warwickshire House on nearby Gower Street for up to 600 female workers. Yeah, 600. Like much of Oxford Street, the store suffered bomb damage in 1940. However, today, much of the Art Deco facade still survives. Now, as I mentioned, the 1954 comedy drama, the film The Crowded Day, directed by John Guillermin, was partially shot inside Bourne and Hollingsworth to provide an authentic setting of a department store, which could not easily be achieved in a film studio. The store's exterior was also used for some outside location shots, including the background of the film's opening title credit. Business expanded a little further, opening a store in Southampton in 1959, which was later adopted under the Bourne name brand, and that was sold in 1979. Sadly, the store finally closed its doors in 1983, and the building was known then as the Plaza Oxford Street, which opened in 1986, and that too closed in 2016, but that was also one time a plan for Richard Branson's very first Virgin mega store. In September 2018, the building reopened as the new flagship store of the fashion and homeware retailer Next. The name survives though. Bourne and Hollingworth Group has a basement bar in a nearby Rathbone Place hotel. Sadly, that's truly the only thing that's left from this once fine department store, much loved in the very heart of London. Say what's interesting about it is that, you know, Princess Margaret went there for many years, and, you know, they got on incredibly well with the British monarchy. Hard to imagine them going round there after hours, isn't it? Shopping, and of course everybody was sworn to secrecy. All the big movie stars would go as well who were in town, the likes of Frank Sinatra, Ava Gardner. They were there shopping because it was close to a lot of the hotels. And you see, if you went to Harrods at that point, everybody knew you went there really for the publicity. If you actually wanted to go shopping, perhaps you would go somewhere like Bourne and Hollingsworth. As I said, when you go up and down Oxford Street today, the only thing you can truly now see is the beautiful facade of the Art Deco building. But in some way or another, at least it lives on. And it goes back to what I said previously. Thank goodness that these filmmakers chose to make these movies featuring these real buildings, because we have them literally still to look at in all of their glory. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.